I think that would be, and look, I've never designed a game in my life, right? So I'm probably not giving it as much credit as it probably deserves to be able to do that. This one. There we go. Okay, so this was a post on the Reddit very, very recently. Basically their point is, so it reads, I should say, no point in queuing as Mendoza anymore. I sitting hours in queue as Mendoza. Other hunters are much faster. 30 minutes, brackets 30 minutes plus. I guess that's for Mendoza. Note, I'm not playing at NA prime time. So I think the big thing, which I think this is an interesting, I don't know if they've worded it very well. How are you doing, Zelb? I think the big thing to look at here is, are there certain heroes that, because they're meta right now, just basically lead to almost unbearable queue times, which is going to generally tank a player's experience? I think the answer is potentially yes. Make it like other video games where you have to select a character in the match. I agree that would be good. But I think that requires a fundamental change. I think there's an easier thing to do right now. If you give me a sec. Well, in my mind, it would be an easier thing to do. Is on the character select screen, you could have 3 preferred hunters. Could be interesting. I think on the character select screen, you could have a number against each character, each hunter, telling you how many people are in that queue at this time, queuing as that. So Mendoza might have like 50 people queuing as Mendoza, right? And then you go, okay, well, there's only 1 AJ and 0 Shakiris and stuff. Maybe I should fucking play a Shakiri if I want a quick game. Or if you don't want a quick game and you really just want to play a Mendoza, you can still pick Mendoza and you're good to go. That's probably easier harder than I'm giving it credit for. But I think the system has to pull that anyway, right? Because it's trying to matchmake people. So it has to know what character you've selected already. So I don't know. Is there... I would have thought, in theory, there would be a way to be able to pull that number out. So the number of Mendozas, and then on the start screen or whatever, if you've got Mendozas, like you could say, warning, 10 players are currently playing Mendoza. Maybe try... or maybe it wouldn't go as advanced as suggesting a hero. Or allow multiples. I think, what I was basically having a brief chat with John in the chat on the last developer update, briefly, and what I realized in that chat is there's core concepts that they want to change first. So I don't know, the smoothness of combat, the map layout, the stuff like this. So because this is more of a quality of life thing, I think the minimal amount of effort from the devs, in my mind, the minimal amount of effort would be just to be able to extract out of the matchmaking system the number of people searching for each hunter and display that somewhere. I think that would be, and look, I've never designed a game in my life, right? So I'm probably not giving it as much credit as it probably deserves to be able to do that. But in my mind, I feel like that number the number of them must exist somewhere in the matchmaking anyway. If they can just extract that and then go, hey, we're displaying how many people are searching for each hunter, that to me would help with this particular problem here of a 30-minute queue time. Yeah, I was more joking, but it would be nice if customs come out. Yeah, with rule adjustments, definitely. I would love to do some customs. Like, I don't know, like just run some like meme teams, like can 4 Tuskars beat 4 Drax, or like you could run some like really fucking ridiculous fucking things. Imagine ability draft. So, oh my god, ability draft. I actually think an interesting way to run the game would be a draft system, but I'm trying not to put too much time pressure. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate that. I'm trying to like not put a lot of time pressure on the devs with a potential answer to a quality of life problem that might put off people. I keep seeing memes all over the place. Oh, I just had to sit in a 40-minute queue. I feel like that would get a lot easier if you could tell, all right, I can see there are literally, let's say there are 8 people online. There are literally only 8 people online. Well, it would make sense to be able to see, okay, we've got 1 person for each of these things. Rather than going for the second Mendoza, I should probably play the AJ because nobody's searching that, and it means we'll get a game. It might not be, yeah, and I'm not giving it, like I said, I have no design thing, but I feel like to matchmake in the first place, you have to be dealing with what characters people are playing currently anyway. So, I don't know. Maybe it's a really complicated thing and it completely just blows up the engine to do. But like I said, in my mind, it feels like everyone is already in that queue and they're listed. The system probably searches through the servers in batches, so itself doesn't know how many people are searching, I would assume. Well, if it's that way and it's not possible to do, then fair enough. But I mean, I think I don't know. Does it sound unreasonable? Yeah. I mean, as a basic concept, that seems like it would be the least effort to work out. It doesn't feel like you're changing much of the core coding. But, like you say, it might be completely fucking different. And we've got no idea what's going on. That's just a brief one. And I rambled a little bit at the end there. But yeah, anyway, I like sort of dipping into these things. Should we play a game?